Child.
Well, yeah, these are definitely PC shenanigans right here. Woman claims James Brown, was murdered and gives potential evidence to prosecutor. Is since disappeared. That's shenanigans. That's PC shenanigans right there.
To
Oh.
this shenanigans, though. Let's just be real.
Yeah, that's yeah. So they the evidence disappeared. Why wasn't they taken in consideration immediately and acted upon? What happened to that?
That's all I'm saying.
It says 3 years ago in Fulton County District Attorney's Office, a prosecutor stood over the table cataloging items in evidence bag. And I quote, "This right here is the shoe," Assistant Attorney Michael Sprinklin said in an internal video of the inventory session obtained by CNN through open records requests. "This is the untested shoe that we believe to be worn in the hospital room the night that James Brown death." It says the items were turned in by Jacquelyn Hollander, a woman who said that she could prove that the godfather of Sir was murdered at the Atlanta hospital in 2016. More than a dozen people who knew Brown have called for an autopsy or a criminal investigation. "He was murdered," she said. Brown's manager, Frank Caspita, said in 2022 interview, "That's my interpretation, plain and simple. Somebody wanted him dead." Who could have wanted him dead? After Holland visited at the DA's office in 2020, prosecutors agreed to check out her story. But the inquiry was closed in 2021 after a deputy district attorney determined that there was an insignificant basis for the initiation of a grand jury investigation. Well, that's BS. I thought you could indict a ham sandwich.
Right.
The authorities took no action regarding Brown's death because nobody cares about a black man who had money, that made a positive influence, that made an impact on the world. Nobody should just follow up on that, huh? Right.
Nah.
Right. And then something strange happened to the items in the evidence bag at the prosecutor office. They disappeared. District Attorney Fannie Willis has not publicly acknowledged the disappearance, nor has she given any outward indication that she is trying to find out what happened because Fannie Willis is ultimately what? Hakuna Matata. Several CNN inquiries on the matter have gone unanswered. The vanishing items in the evidence bag have become more a mystery that surrounds the Browns' death and life. The DA's office has been silent about the missing items. In January, Hollander sued Willis in the Fulton County Superior Court. The lawsuit demanded numerous documents related to the James Brown inquiry, as well as any and all property and evidence submitted to and received by, maintained, or processed by the Fulton County District Attorney's Office in relationship to said investigation. The DA's office has been oddly silent about the missing items, and the silence continues after the suit was filed. A process server reported that serving the DA's justice liaison, William McCombs, with a summons and a complaint on January 17th. The civil procedure requires a response within 30 days, but there's no response from the DA. Months pass. On April 3rd, let me go ahead and show y'all this face so y'all know who we talking about when they say Fulton County District Attorney Fannie the Mammy Willis says
She
finally
too she too busy messing with Donald Trump.
right on May
Ain't
8th.
that her?
No,
Or
that ain't
somebody? Oh, okay.
that ain't her,
Oh, that's a
but
different raccoon. My bad.
yeah, that's a different one. But she ain't no, she ain't even no better.
Oh,
Finally,
is that the one going after Thuggeroony?
yes,
Okay. I knew
targeting
it was
all
one of
black
the
men.
Hakuna Matatas.
Yep, targeting all the black men. The
Okay.
DA responded, imploring Judge Page Reese Whitaker not to render the default judgment for Hollander. Attorneys for Hollis blamed that the late response on the executable neglect Deputy District Attorney Dexter Bond swore in an affidavit that after McCombs was served, instead of handing a hand delivered summons to the complaint and an appropriate team member, it was emailed. Consequently, the email was missing and was missed, and no answer had been
Hmm.
filed timely. CNN emailed McCombs to ask about these claims. McCombs wrote back and asked for a copy of the Bond's affidavit, which the reporter sent. CNN reached out to McCombs, who has not replied. Bond's affidavit did not address the questions in the missing items. A staffer who handled evidence for the DA's office claimed that in 2022 that they had been shipped to the Hollander at her request, but Hollander said she never received them. So they just got lost in the mail. We just we just don't know what happened, man. I sent them over there. She didn't get them. We don't know nothing about certified mail, like the kind where you sign when you receive something important. Nah, we ain't do that. Mm-mm.
We ain't got that in the budget.
Not with James Brown, the Godfather of Souls, like evidence and certified, schmurtified. It'll get there. She didn't receive a box from the DA's office on March 22, but it was considerably smaller and lighter than the green plastic bin she handed over. Few or none of the items from the evidence bag were in the box. Black nylon bag that once was full of items was returned empty. The missing items from the green plastic bin, including the calendar book, handwritten notes, and the black stiletto shoe, the prosecutor mentioned in the video. Hollander, let's go ahead and show you who that is. Boom. Go ahead and look at that grill. Hollander, the FBI should have said she should have opened up another case. So, regardless of what you think about her, she was trying to go to bat for Cuz, you know what I'm saying, even after his death. So, his game was real strong. We'll give it up for James. After the items disappeared, CNL filed requests for the documents related to their claim of custody, but Don Gary, then the DA's legal counsel, said that there were no documents in other Holland's property or a receipt. Said, don't employees from the DA's office have to sign a log when they handle evidence? A reporter wrote to Gary. Isn't there a system for keeping evidence secure? You would think so. I mean, it's only the
Of
guy.
course there is.
Yeah, but it's only that, the Negro, the Godfather of the Soul, the black guy, who evidence, schmevidence. One would expect, Gary wrote back. However, there are no other documents concerning the property. About 2 months after Holland received the package, Assistant Chief of Evidence Chris Clark, wrote an email about the situation to the colleague, and the email was obtained by CNN through open records requests. I am aware that Ms. Holland says that there were other items given to the DA's office well before our time, but none of these items were in the container, and the search of the rooms did not reveal any other items associated with the case, Clark wrote. They could show up later once we do a complete inventory at the warehouse. This came about. This came after the items were shipped to her. Legal counsel Don Gary since has left the Fulton County office. He did not return the phone call seeking comment for the story. CNN emailed Deputy District Attorney Jeff DeSantis, the DA's
Sound
spokesman,
familiar?
right, um, to ask about Hollander's lawsuit and the missing potential evidence. DeSantis did not respond. I wonder why not. CNN also emailed Willis but didn't receive a reply. Willis made a national headline for her ongoing criminal investigation of the former President Donald Trump. In a recent phone interview with CNN, Holland also called for Willis to account for the missing items from the evidence bag. She should have opened an investigation, Holland said. The FBI should open an investigation. Evidence just doesn't walk out of a district attorney's office. And she is true, indeed. Correct.
I knew there was some ties to Donald Trump in this story.
Had to be, huh? You said it.
Yeah, I did say it. I'm like, hold on. Yeah. Uh
You
huh.
said it. But she right though. Shorty was she fighting for her man. First off, give it up for that. That's honorable. But second of all, she like, yo, how evidence just come up missing from a DA's office unless it was intentional, unless y'all never cared from the beginning about the black man and his legacy and you wasn't gonna follow up on it anyway. You see?
I'm saying she don't even care either.
Mm.
I'm saying
She
there
was trying to
must
get
be.
some money somewhere. Oh,
I'm telling you, if
stop
in
it.
the insurance or the
Stop it.
documents, the
Yeah.
will, that
Yeah.
if you get murdered, if
Yeah.
fam was waxed, you get some extra shillations
Some extra Shalanderans.
because you going extra hard to get it certified as a M1 status.
Mm.
There's
Yeah.
some money you spending extra monies. No,
Hmm.
that's because you stand to profit off some more significant monies if said is classified as a M1 Dawn. That's
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. I'm with you there. You ain't told no lie now. That's it. That's it right there.
Boom.
That's
Done
it.
deal.
Hmm.
We
She
ain't
trying
gonna
to get.
hold you.
She look. She trying to get that reimbursements.
I'm, I'm trying to told you.
Them reimbursements. Now you got to come on around with my change now.
Hold on. And she got attorneys on deck doing their thing
Y'all
for
got
the
to come on.
free.
No pro bono, huh? Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not the bono. Mm-mm.
Not the bono. You getting charged every time you call on the phono.
I ain't gonna hold you, babe, but I'm a bold you for just coach you about being no code. You know, I got 4 words for you. It's love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the door high, for sure high. You already know how. Take